what you mentioned, the other ones that really want to silence him are the drug lords, because Pfizer expects $54 billion in 2022 sales of COVID vaccine and treatment pill. Oh, this isn't a conspiracy theory. This is from CNBC. And that guy talking about, this is important. They go after everybody that they don't like what they have to say about it and call them names. This guy Bourla, who's the drug lord, the head of the drug dealers here, he made $20 million in 2020. And he goes on to say, November 9th of last year, people who spread misinformation on COVID-19 vaccines, you ready? You know what we are?
What did he
It's
call
not misinformation, criminals. He calls us criminals. And you know what? He says we've cost, quote, millions of lives. Speaking at the Washington, D.C. based think tank, how about stink tank, Atlantic Council, bought off and paid for by the mobs in charge, Bourla said, quote, there is a very small group of people that purposely circulate misinformation on the shots. Those people are criminals.
Well, there's the opening salvo to criminalize speech. If you dare use speech that challenges big government, big pharma, and big medicine, you're a criminal, and therefore you can be prosecuted. That's the leftist dream. That would put you and me in the crosshairs of a grand jury, along with Joe Rogan and many, many others.
This is bigger than leftist. This is about money. It's about money. That's the bottom line here. Again, you ready for this? CVS fourth quarter earnings top expectations as COVID vax sales lift overall store sales. This isn't about political left or right. This is about the bottom line. This guy, to me, Judge, Bourla should be brought up on charges for calling people like myself and others who are saying that, look, you want to take the vaccine, fine. But here, Bourla, you shut off your fat mouth and sold this vaccine going back to November and December of 2020 as having a 95% efficacy rate. And 2 shots would do you. Oh, now, and when you made this statement, by the way, Bourla, about people being criminals, Bourla, you made it in Israel, where the Israeli health ministry now says your vaccine has a 39% efficacy rate.
And change in 2 weeks, thanks be to God. But these have to be individual choices, not government compulsion.
Again, this to me is terrible. This guy's quote again, Bourla. They know very well everything. They just make it a way of living to circulate this misinformation. They are criminals. He's calling us criminals. He should be brought up on charges against this.
It won't happen because he's part of the club of big pharma, big government, big medicine, and now we know the CIA.
Yep. And again, I don't call them big pharma. I call them drug dealers.
Right. I'm being a little too charitable.
Yeah, because drug dealers will do anything. Again, the data's right here. Pfizer expects $54 billion in 2022 sales of COVID vaccines and treatment pills. And they send a lie out. Ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages, these shots are free. They're not free. You're stealing our tax money. Right. Oh, Judge, one more thing. Pfizer gave Biden $1 million to celebrate his inauguration.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And who's on the Pfizer board of directors? Oh, that guy, what was his, Scott Gottlieb, that used to be on the head of the Food and Drug Administration,
Right.
is now on the board of directors of Pfizer.
It's all part of a club. And
Yep.
it's not our tax dollars because the government doesn't have our tax dollars anymore. It's money they borrowed.
Yeah. Judge, thank you so much for being on. Everyone, please do what you can to spread the word of freedom, peace, and justice. And what Judge Andrew Napolitano is giving us, there's nobody says what you say with the authority and judicial background that you have. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And everybody, please do what you can to support the truth. Thank you, and we'll
Gerald.
see you next week.